I have got to let myself go and just talk about this Charlottesville thing. I did a political jargon show yesterday night. It wasn't very good. I did not like it all that much. So I'm just going to get my thoughts out. I've had multiple days to reflect about this. It's Wednesday now, I believe. Um, it's Thursday, actually. Had this happened Saturday night, Friday night, Saturday. I've had like 4 or 5 days to think about this. I can't believe it. I don't believe any of this. And I'm about to tear Donald Trump a new one. The first press conference he gave was shit. It was shitty. It was shit. It was something, as a citizen, I did not want to hear from a leader, my leader, on many sides. We as a country need to stop the racism, the bigotry, the hatred on many sides. On many sides. What sides are there? You have neo-Nazis, neo-Confederates, white nationalists, white supremacists. And you have people against that. Like, what? What the hell? I don't understand. I do not understand this at all. I do not understand how this is a thing. I don't understand how this is a problem, how we're talking about this. So that's a shitty response. Just a straight up shitty response. Didn't call out white supremacy. Didn't call out neo-Confederate, and worst of all, didn't call out neo-Nazis. Left it completely wide open, up for interpretation. Got grilled about it twice from CNN, I believe. Good job, CNN. For once in your life, you actually did something helpful. And he refused to specifically call out somebody. The right grilled Obama for not calling it radical Islamic terrorism. I understand why he did it. I think it was not a valid reason not to call it radical Islamic terrorism. And he was wrong, and the right was right. For once. Oh, but Trump doesn't. Oh, but my dear leader. He has an R next to his name. My dear leader. He can't be criticized. And if you criticize him, you're anti-American. How dare you? No, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck him. How dare he? How dare me for saying that? Fuck him. Fuck you. How dare he? Stupid ass bitch. Fuck Donald Trump. So he gave a shitty response, and then he was forced. It totally didn't feel authentic, totally didn't feel like he was doing it because he wanted to, because out of the goodness of his heart, because he had a country to lead. No, it felt forced. He named him. I'll give him credit. That's where it should have ended. No, but then CNN grills him on it. And he goes, in the newest press conference about it, he goes, on many sides, and specifically on the left, the alt-left. What's the death count? I'll wait. What are the ideas that they're promoting? I'll wait. I'm waiting. The death count so far is 1-0, and the neo-Nazis are the ones that killed somebody. So they committed terrorism. So it's not equal. They're not equal. Sure, violence may have happened, and I condemn any kind of violence unless it's for self-defense. It's the only kind of violence that makes sense. It's the only time you should get violent. But there are videos. If you watch these white supremacists, there's a video of this guy talking to some dude named Spaceman, and he doesn't want to get on camera because he doesn't want to get his identity known because they're a bunch of pussies, The one dude who started crying because he lost his job, and he was like, I didn't want to be, in this much trouble. I didn't want the police after me, and I didn't want to lose my job. I was just saying that I think white people are better because they're white, and I'm white, so I'm better than all of you. I mean, and I don't think you guys should be on equal rights as me. And so yeah, but like, there's a video of these motherfuckers going on bringing shields. See, that's the thing, is that both sides were itching to get into a fight. And you could bring in the National Guard Two big groups of people wanting to get in a fight. They're going to get in a fight. Now, I condemn them for getting into a fight. But once you start going into, okay, who's really to blame here? I think it's hands down the right. I think it's the not the right. The neo-Confederates, the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists. Those people out there. And anybody who's defending them or defending Trump. Because Trump's defending them. The chump. Trump the chump. It's the definition of a false equivalence. How many times has he mentioned the woman who died? I mean, like once maybe, but the right, listen. The objective of Donald Trump to go out and give a statement was to condemn the people who killed somebody, and he failed to do that objectively because the Daily Stormer came out, objectively, and they said, everything he said, it made it seem like Antifa was who he was really pointing out. Really, really good response. God bless this man. So you're one group of people that you needed to denounce. You fucking fail at it. And they think you actually praise them. Could you imagine if Obama, after a terrorist attack, after I don't even know, one of the terrorist attacks, whether it be on American soil, whether it be on European soil, he gives this speech, average speech. We need to come together, fight this enemy, the extremists on, fighting against the values we hold dear, democracy, freedom, equality, all these radicals, extremists. We need to, fight back, and we need to make sure that our messages get across, and we need to defeat the enemy, and blah, 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 blah. But he didn't name it radical Islamic terrorism. Oh, Fox News would have a field day. And then for the cherry on top, a known website that supports Hezbollah, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, funnels their profits to those terrorist groups, comes out and says, President Obama's speech was amazing. He didn't point out at radical Islamic terrorism. He didn't point at ISIS. He didn't point at Hezbollah, Al-Qaeda. Really, really good. Allah bless this man. Fox News would kill themselves, bring themselves back to life, and then kill themselves again of how much enjoyment and excitement. And Jesse Waters would go up there and go, see, he's not a real leader. And Kimberly Guilfoyle will go, how dare he not be a real leader? And, Sean Hannity would be like, this is the failings of America. How dare he? Criticizing the president, because when they do it, it's okay. But when I do it, I'm anti-American. And, in their eyes, literally Eric Bolling said, Trump connects with the real Americans. The inland Americans, the plain Americans, the Midwest Americans. So if you're not one of those, if I'm in Florida, I'm not a real American, go fuck yourself, Eric Bolling. Go fuck yourself. But we're sticking with Trump in Charlottesville. So could you imagine if Obama did half the shit Trump did in those 3-4 days? Doesn't call it what it is. And then when he doesn't call it what it is, a known jihadi radical Islamic website comes up and says, we love the remarks, didn't blame us, almost made it look like it was a gun issue or a mental health issue, not a terrorist issue. Really, really good response. Allah bless this man. Fox News would freak the fuck out. Somewhat rightfully so, because the one thing Obama has to do, objectively, is to condemn the group that committed terrorism. And if that happened, he didn't complete that task. Trump didn't fucking complete that task. They thought it was wide open. If you had you can interpret it to mean, the left, the alt-left, the Antifa, the Black Lives Matter people, maybe they had something wrong to do with it. It was definitely not the alt-right. Some of the people on the alt-right were good. That's a direct quote from Trump. What? Some of the neo-Nazis were good? What? For defending a statue. You have, God bless, you have all the right to protest these statues, just like everybody has the right to protest you protesting them. 100% agreed. But you do realize that there were neo-Nazis out there, right? And that they grabbed tiki torches the night before and surrounded it to make it look like the KKK. Like, David Duke was there. You had many different subgenre of hate groups out there. 1886 or something is a racist white supremacist group that was out there. You watch a live stream of these people. Everybody had a camera. You watch a live stream of these people. They're people hanging out in parks, and they're like, oh man. You hear some dude in the back, wave 4. We need wave 4 to go up there. They're talking. They get to the park. One of them goes, hey, you want to go fuck with them? Like, what? They were itching to start a fight, and they got what they wanted. Now, we will never know who started it first. But you do realize that on the alt-right, they were like, oh, wave 4, we need more for wave, we need one more group to move with wave 4. I'm not making this shit up. Some dude was yelling about how they were going in waves. I think one of them called it a meeting zone, like a landing zone of trucks coming to pick up groups and then dropping them off at the park and then going back for more. Waves of people going into the park. Like, they were treating it like a military operation, which is scary. A lot of these people on the other side were people who live by and were like, I think we should be saying fuck Nazis. I think that's the response we have to be giving out. Some people apparently don't think so. So, and then, okay, so he finally condemns it. He names it by name. It's where it should end. But then he comes out and he goes, no, listen, some people on the alt-right, they were doing something. They were just protesting people taking away the rights of statues, okay? Like, they were just protesting the taking down of a statue, okay? But some on the left, they were violent. In the right, violent as well. On many sides. The alt-right committed terrorism. They killed somebody. I don't care how you look at it. Someone died at the hands of domestic terrorists. And Trump said, but sometimes they're good people. You know. What the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid bitch? Holy shit, it's not hard. It's not hard to do. Not everything is about politics. Not everything is about scoring political points. The reason why he didn't condemn them in the first speech is because he knew that some of these people voted for him and he doesn't want to lose. And then this is where I'm going to rip into him. He gives us the third time he has to come out and condemn it, and he starts blaming the alt-left, whatever the fuck that means. He goes, listen, to a reporter grilling him. A reporter's grilling him on these questions, and he's obviously not having it because he doesn't know how to answer it. He's a dumb idiot. He doesn't know how to respond. So he goes, listen. I was watching it better than any of you ever were. I was watching the situation than most of you were. Better than you. I was watching the situation better than you were. That's what he said. That's not how a leader comes and unites a grieving nation. I was doing something better than you. It's his ego getting in the way. It's his narcissistic personality getting in the way. He has to be doing something better than all those people because he can't. He's a snowflake. He gets triggered. Because people make fun of him. I bet you it eats him alive that he lost the popular vote. Eats him alive. He can't sleep at night some nights because he lost the popular vote. But are you kidding me, you asshole? You greedy, narcissistic, egocentric asshole? You have to be doing something better. Sure, maybe you were watching. That's not something to brag about. You're the fucking president of the United States. You have to be watching. You just came back from a 13-day golf course retreat vacation. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, you better be paying goddamn attention, you imbecile. You imbecile. He's trying to pat himself on the back for something that's in the job description. But he doesn't want to do the job. He just wanted to say he was the president. That's all he wanted to do. He didn't have any ideas. That's why he filled his cabinet with the establishment in the swamp. He's an establishment Republican. The worst part about this story is that the people out there protesting, the alt-right, the neo-Confederates, the neo-Nazis, because Trump picking people like Stephen Miller and Steve Bannon and Jared Kushner and the new press secretary Gorch guy, or the guy who wouldn't condemn a mosque, he wouldn't condemn an attack on a mosque because he said, recently we've had a lot of attacks that were found out to be fakes, and the liberals actually did it to make it look like conservative. So we can come out and give a condemnation of that because we don't know all the facts. It doesn't matter if Nancy Pelosi went out and destroyed that mosque, or Steve Bannon went out and destroyed that mosque. They're destroying mosque. It doesn't matter whose side you're on. It's a wrong action to do. But everybody in the Trump campaign is all about playing politics. It's not about looking at shit objectively. It's not about staying consistent. It's not about making sure you're doing what the American people want. It's just about playing politics. So yeah, Trump is responsible for appointing people like Steve Bannon and Jared Kushner and Steve Miller and the new not Gorsuch, but the Gorgich guy. Really thick beard, Eastern European accent. The worst part is that because him appointing those things, the white supremacists, the Breitbarts, the neo-Confederates, the Daily Stormers, they all got confident. And that is the new base of the Republican Party. That is the base of the Republican Party. You can have Lindsey Graham and John McCain and fucking Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. All four of those motherfuckers, they haven't met a war they haven't liked. They're against Trump in this situation. How does that even happen? If you have McCain, Graham, Cruz, Rubio, Mitt Romney, Mitch McConnell. I think Mitch McConnell condemned Trump for what he said. If you have all of them against you, you're so far off to the right. It's unbelievable. You're so far off what's acceptable in the Overton window and what's acceptable in mainstream politics. But Trump's president. He elected assholes like Steve Bannon, who said literally, I don't want any Asian CEOs because we need to have a pure ethnic working class or something. In an interview with Donald Trump, and even Donald Trump said, what? I just kind of want the best for the best. You know, he said something, Donald Trump said something reasonable, and Steve Bannon was like, no. See, we need the white people, all the good white people. I don't want any Asian CEOs. So yes, Trump putting in these people has some responsibility, and the neo-Confederates, the neoconservatives, the white supremacists, the neo-Nazis, that is the new base of the Republican Party. Now, I'm not saying everybody who's a Republican is a neo-Confederate. That's exactly the opposite of what I'm trying to make. It's just the voices that are leading the Republican Party, the base of the Republican Party, are the racist sons of bitches that lost the war and are upset about it, and the neo-Nazis who, again, lost the war and they're upset about it and want to put this shitty-ass, racist-ass, homophobic-ass agenda through, and their voices are the loudest. Sorry, they're the base of the Republican Party. At the very least, they're the base of the Donald Trump presidency. Republicans aren't about Reagan Republicans who, after he got, shot, he worked with Democrats on gun control laws and gave amnesty to illegal immigrants, and as governor, Ronald Reagan signed a bill that allowed for more pro-choice options in the state of California. It's not the Reagan Republicans, and it's not even the George Bush Republicans, which were nothing but warmongering, constitution-breaking, torturing assholes. And but even Dick Cheney came around on gay marriage when his daughter came out as gay. It's not the Reagan Republicans. It's not the George W. Bush Republicans. This is the new Republican Party. This is the new Donald Trump base. This is the new Donald Trump presidency, and it's only going to get worse from here on out. This may be the straw that broke the camel's back. It wasn't. Listen, they're rapists, they're killers, they're drug dealers, and some, I assume, maybe by the laws of numbers, some have to be, but I'm not entirely sure on this. Some maybe are good people. It wasn't that. It wasn't the I like my war heroes who weren't captured, okay? Believe me, tremendous. As he, dodges the draft 5 times. Stay classy. It wasn't we have to kill the terrorists. We have to kill their families as well. It wasn't a stop on all Muslim immigration from entering the United States. It wasn't the grab him by the pussy. I don't even wait. I moved on her like a bitch. I don't even wait. When you're rich and powerful, they let you do what you want. I don't even wait. For what? Consent. None of that shit broke the back. The birther movement didn't break Trump's back. Claiming Obama founded ISIS twice didn't break Trump's back. This may have broken Trump's back, And I think it's only going to get worse from here on out. So I think if I was a Trump supporter, I'd be jumping ship. I'd be going to Pence. I'd be going to, Kasich. Apparently Kasich 2020 is supposed to try to be happening, but they wouldn't run him if something happens to Trump, they're going to run Pence. So if I was a Trump supporter, I'd go to Pence. I'd go to Cruz. I'd go to Rubio. They're the only ones who would... I'd go to Pence, and then I'd keep my eye out for Cruz and Rubio because they're the only ones with the power and the name recognition to maybe shake up the race if they jump in and want to take the presidency. So those are the people I'd look out for. I'd be abandoning ship with Donald Trump. It's over. It's going downhill. This is the start. What he said here, the entire country, except for the Daily Stormers and the neo-Nazis and the neo-Confederates and the white supremacists of the country, they hate what he said. He's not popular. His healthcare bill had a 17% approval rating. He's not popular. I'm telling you, this is the straw that breaks the camel's back, in my opinion, in my very strong opinion. How can you be so ego? That's the thing that made me... I got off work and I sat down and I watched some of the press conference, and what really got me upset as an American citizen, putting politics aside, if Obama said some shit like this, if Bush said some shit like this, if Hillary Clinton, if Bernie Sanders said some shit like this, I was watching the situation better than you at a time when we don't need who's got the biggest dick in the room. We need leadership. We need, good qualities. Man, fuck you. That's all I have to say. Fuck you, Donald Trump. Fuck you. That's the thing that broke my back. That was the straw that broke my back, was I was doing it better than you. First of all, fuck you. We don't need that. Who's got the biggest dick and is swinging it around right now? Someone fucking died. And two, good, you're the president. That's not something you brag about. That's something you are expected to do fucking daily. You ignorant, ass-munching piece of shit fuckface. God. I don't understand. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a video. School's starting for me soon, so I'll post when major shit like this happens, which with Trump's presidency going downhill, it's most likely going to. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great morning, afternoon, night. See you guys.